Why did you come out here today? You opened up the rally with the first words.
It's just such an honor. If I wasn't here, I'd be in Los Angeles or I'd be in New York or any of the various places that folks are gathering today. I think it's such an incredible time, as Jane Fonda was speaking about organizing. It's a
Comment. Do you want to join this
Oh, yeah.
interview with Tessa for variety?
I'm sorry.
I was just asking the lovely Tessa why she came out here today and why you both wanted to speak at the rally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't speak for Tessa, but I can say that I know she's someone who really cares about human beings and stands up and speaks out for situations where injustices is going on. And honestly, even she and I, like, working on Selma was like, for me, it gave me a fuel, and I think it may have gave her a fuel too, for us to be more active in being a part of the change, like not just only like donating or showing up one time, but consistently being here. So I had to be here. I feel like I got to stand up for women and the respect for women and the upliftment of women, because we have to show as men that we are part of this movement, and we let the women are leading it, but we are part of it, and we have to support.
Now, a year ago from this point, there was the Women's March at Sundance and all over the country. What do you think has been the biggest change from this day 1 year ago till now?
Well, I mean, yeah, a year ago, 5 billion people globally gathered to march. And I think what we're seeing now is, until we create real systemic change, that we'll be marching for eternity. And so I think what we're seeing now is people wanting to organize, to take this cultural conversation in this moment and to create movements around them. And I think, it's so important for us to gather like this and to coalesce our collective energy and our pain and our excitement, but it's really important that we also sit in living rooms and we organize. And that's something that I think I've personally marveled at when we were working on Selma, is just to really unpack all of the work that these leaders did and how it permeated every part of their lives. And until we see real justice served, it has to be a part of every waking moment in a way.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. The work they put in, but the work they put in definitely, like said, made us know, like, we got to do more. Like these people were working every day. Just every day, people were working towards our freedom and towards justice every day. But that being said, the difference between a year ago and now, I do see the change. It's a shifting in the culture where women are in more power, and women are like men in those businesses and places. And we got to acknowledge that it's not just in Hollywood. It's not just in, like, young girls need to know. This is something my mother told me. I want to repeat it. She said we got to teach our young girls that it's okay if someone like is a perpetrator. It's okay for them to go out and tell someone that yo, I've been violated. We got to teach our young children how to deal with these situations at a young age. But that being said, the culture of abuse of power is shifting. It's shifting. Like, people, you can't walk around just disrespecting other human beings, women specifically. You can't walk around like thinking because you're in a place of power that you'll be able to abuse that power. It's a shift in that, and that's been a big change in the world that I think is leading us in the right direction.
So it sounds like you're both feeling hopeful for not just the entertainment industry and the progress that's happening there, but globally. You feel like there is a movement and that change is really happening.
I think so. I mean, it was so remarkable to me in the wake of Weinstein, for example, to get, as an actress, an open letter written by the Farm Workers Women's Alliance to us saying, we understand because in our industry we suffer these abuses as well. And it unifies us in a way, I think there's a sameness between us. You feel this sort of the crippling weight of patriarchy. And so what we're saying now is we just need more women in positions of power and leadership. And when we see more women in workspaces, our workspaces become safe and equitable. And I think that is a global conversation that's happening now across industries. I feel really privileged that I have some measure of a platform and a public space with which to amplify those ideas, but I think it's happening.
Yeah, it is happening.
Now, Common, I have to ask you, up there, you did a rap about if women ruled the world, which I loved.
Thank you.
You mentioned some names, Michelle Obama, Beyonce, Oprah. I have to ask you, do you think that Oprah should run for president?
Yeah, of course I think she should run, but I don't think she will. But, I mean, I think what we all got a taste of when she did her Golden Globe speech, it just reminded us of when leaders are leaders that are compassionate, leaders that care, what it would be like to have a leader like that again. Because one thing I loved about President Obama was, no matter what his politics was, you could tell he cared about human beings. And at the core, Oprah is one of those dynamic human beings that cares about people. And we all saw that light like, wow, this would be amazing. Of course, it would be amazing to have a woman, a black woman in that position, but more importantly, just somebody that loves and that cares.
Well, thank you both so much for your speeches, for standing up and using your platform to speak to everyone. Thank you.